message from a new world I'd never known. Something about it felt like it'd been waiting my whole life. Is this home? I can hear each sound calling my name, and I feel angels around when I start to sing inside. message from a new world I'd never known. Something about it felt like it'd been waiting my whole life. Is this home? I can hear each sound calling my name, and I feel angels around when I start to sing. And suddenly message from a new world I'd never known. Something about it felt like it'd been waiting my whole life. Is this home? I can hear each sound calling my name, and I feel angels around when I start to sing, and suddenly it feels like heaven's not so far away. Tell me, can you hear the symphony?
When I go back into the stream,
Try
like
it now.
further back, there's no audio.
Should be working now.
Uh-oh. Alright, you're still on your, let's see here. You're still on your screen
Yeah,
where it's
there's a
just
delay.
like, oh,
There's a delay.
okay. Let's see if it does. I love the music you have for your overlay, too.
I love
Like, I was listening to it whenever, I was listening to it when I started watching your stream just to hear.
Yeah, it's working now.
Okay, it's working now.
It's all good.
Drake Goof, we haven't been
Hey,
hearing shit on
This is the best
podcast
part about
the
it.
whole time.
Hold on. This is the best part about it, guys. So now we got Cap. We got our boy. We got our guest for the day. We can go ahead and actually do the stream. Isn't this wacky?
Oh yeah, I could just send you the audio for mine.
What's even wackier is the fact that Cap, what were you doing?
Like, is Cap here?
Uh-huh.
Cat.
Oh, he is here.
Yeah, everybody's here now.
Oh, everybody's here now. Fuck yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Can't hear him, but
Cap, we can't hear you even though your thing is lighting up.
I'm not talking.
oh, okay, yeah.
That's just
Cap, what?
Cap.
You're late.
Cap.
Wait.
Tell us about the cult, man.
Or no, tell us about those sweet ass dreams you must have been having. Because if you weren't asleep, what were you doing?
I was sleeping.
Uh-huh.
A likely story.
Good man. So real quick before we catch up with Caleb, Cap, we need an update on the cult, man. We need to know what's going on. You only gave us you teased us. You just teased us.
We're gonna hop right into that, huh?
Damn right.
Absolutely.
Alright. Well, I called the lady. And we had quite a nice conversation. I put on a 10-star performance because my blood sugar had crashed right at that moment. So that made my voice very shaky. So she picked up the phone, and I get the most British voice I've ever heard in my entire life. I almost think it was fake. She went, "Hello, is this Joshua?"
That's so fake. That's
And
Cockney.
I had a temporary moment of panic because I've not told this person my name yet. I have specifically avoided it because I wasn't sure if I was gonna joke and use my D&D name or if I was gonna use my real name.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have caller ID set up on my phone or anything, so it was strange. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so she was like,
Who's
my
watching?
condolences to your lost friend. Do you mind telling me more about the situation? So I told her. I was like, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I lost my
Hard
friend.
hearing.
And
Drake, I can hear your music.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that, my man. Go for it.
excuse me.
So 2 weeks ago, your friend died.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago my friend died. And I was really just hoping to talk to them before or from the other side. And she was like, "Yeah, I understand. I can do it. I absolutely could. It would be very easy for me." I was like, "Okay." And she said, "But I'm not gonna." And I said, "Oh." She was like, "Oh, you see, when you bring somebody from the other world back into our world, there's a chance that you could hurt the spirit and damage them permanently as they're trying to set up their new life.
Yeah, moving coffee tables and furniture and shit.
Yeah. Hit their shin, who knows?
Oh, don't joke about that. My shin is taking a beating.
So in my head, I was like, actually, that's quite nice. She's still a little bit crazy. But she's not taking advantage of of what she believes my poor mental state is right now, like most would do.
Maybe
So
she saw
talks for a little while. She was like,
Yeah.
"But if you still need to get over this, I've got what you need. I can train you
Oh.
to get over your grief."
Oh.
And I was like, "Okay." And she was like, "Yeah, I've trained several people. I've trained them to get over grief. I've trained them to become psychics themselves." And then she was like, "And what's really important is that you'll see this person when you go into the afterlife. Nobody ever really dies." And I was like, "Okay, that's a common belief." And then she, "Except for me, I'll live forever." And I was like, "Oh."
Because she believes in the goddess.
Oh, the goddess.
You forgot to mention as well that she talked about the fact that she believes that every religion, the moment it is conceived, is real.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
That was the next step. So after she told me she was immortal, that's exactly what she mentioned. She was like, it's what based on what you believe, and all this. She said every religion that has ever existed on Earth is real.
Okay, so
I
she's
was
going
like, what?
full. She's going full Kevin Hearn and the Iron Druid series. I like it. Okay.
She said, if you believe something is going to happen after you die, it will happen, because you're innately powerful. And I was like, okay. And then right at the end, I was like, this woman's insane, but she's not like harmful. And right at the end, she was like, and while I'm training you, sometimes what can happen is if the spirit is strong enough and willing, they could come over from the other side themselves and talk to you if they wanted. It doesn't always happen, but there's a chance. I was like, oh, that's shitty. That's not a good thing to do to people.
Oh yeah, she was trying to get all the money out of you that she could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty smart, man. That's pretty smart of her. She didn't just outright just agree. She baited you in.
Yeah, she baited me in. She told me her story, and then at the end, she gave me a little bit of false hope to try and hook me back in.
Now I've got two big questions. First off, how much are we gonna have to give you to go and get your psychic lessons? And two, are you gonna have a graduation ceremony?
She wouldn't tell me, but I could call her again and ask. Because I didn't want to immediately be like, train me to be a psychic, but I want her to train me to be a psychic.
Yeah, we need her. We need that in my life right now.
And if there is a graduation ceremony, I'll invite you guys. We can all drink Kool-Aid and have fun together.
Oh, drink Kool-Aid, huh?
Wearing my best robe.
Yeah.
Caleb, you can be our getaway driver. So if it ever goes bad,
absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna be drifting and stuff like that while you guys are about to head to the mothership.
as we board,
Yeah.
watch Tom Cruise will be her guest.
Oh, well, since we, I had our, I had our commercial break in the very beginning for gamer subs. I have since received an email about purchasing those waifu cups, Drake.
Oh god dang it! I might, man.
wait.
I was looking at them. I was trying to debate which one I wanted to grab.
Wait a minute. While I wasn't paying attention, did we get sponsored by Gamer Subs?
So what I did is I took a commercial break and I was like, I am drinking this morning my Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000 out of my patented Russian Badger cup or Russian Badger shaker. And then I got, I just wanted to say, Gamer Subs, if you guys ever want to sponsor us, you're more than welcome to. I'll take it in a heartbeat. And Drake mentioned he was looking at the waifu cups.
Mm-hmm.
And all in all, very good commercial break, very wholesome. Hopefully they notice us and, they supply me with a lifetime supply of direct injected slow drip guacamole gamer fart that I can just shove into my veins.
Is that one really called Guacamole Gamer Fart?
Yes, Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000. It is very, very good.
That sounds awful.
It's so good, though.
Not even Gamer Fart. I just eat guacamole.
It's not guacamole, though.
It's not.
That's the best part.
Yeah, the best part is it's just flatulence.
It's just farts. You're drinking liquid fart.
Yeah. So we had a bit of a technical hiccup on my end. I was just a goob. So are we gonna discuss everything we discussed again?
Well,
I don't want to do that.
Like I said, I can send you the audio of my stream.
Yeah, I'll have to put it over the stream or something, man. And
Ooh, excuse me.
either that or if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna clip it. We're gonna have like a 20-minute stream at the end.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Drake goofed.
Yeah, you got the limited edition on yours. You viewers on yours got the audio. My guys, they got screwed.
The minted version.
Yeah, our guys got just photos of us for like an hour. And a badass song to start off and end with.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Absolutely.
I like though, Caleb, what have you been up to, man?
Just enjoying the double ear infection.
Oh Jesus Christ, my dude.
I am more deaf than a deaf man right now. I have to max everybody out with all 200% on Discord if I want to hear anything.
Jesus.
And for games, I got to turn my volume up to max. Same with my headset.
Do you have one of those ear horns?
No, I do not. I have a ear appointment and ear doctor appointment in 20 days, and they're gonna get rid of all this wax, and I'm gonna be able to hear everything.
20 days.
2020 hearing.
It's gonna be gone by that point.
Yeah, you'll just become a ball of wax. Like they're gonna put you in a wax museum by the time it's all
You're
done.
gonna be a
man.
wax statue. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna use a vacuum. The ear infection will be gone, but they're gonna vacuum that shit, and it hurts like hell because the wax sticks to your eardrums, and your eardrums are one of the most sensitive parts of your body.
Mhm.
Yeah. My stepdad, he has the same issue, man. He has what's called an overproduction of wax.
I have that as well. That's
Yeah.
me.
So do you flush
That's
it?
me.
That's
I'm
what he
your
does.
stepdad.
Daddy? So,
Dad? Is
Papa,
that you?
do you love me now,
Papa?
Papa? So do you have to flush your ears or anything, man? Because he has to do that. He has to like flush his ears, and he has like this
I do that regularly.
yeah, he has to do that like all the time, and like it comes out in like chunks. It's crazy, man. Like it's crazy to see what comes out.
It's
I
very
think we
annoying,
should
but
I think we should change subjects.
what? It's just earwax.
Okay, I want to know.
The forbidden cheese.
I want to know Cap's thought on Blue Box before this is all over. He wasn't here for that.
Oh, that's right. Blue Box is that company that people are threatening because they keep putting out fake games.
Yeah, well, kind of. It's also because there's a big Kojima theory where they think like,
I don't know about the Kojima theory. I think that if you're gonna play stupid game, you're obviously gonna win stupid prizes. So if your business model is to fuck people over and make them excited for something and then never deliver, you get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah, you get death threats. That's what happens.
We're just people who work here. Shut the fuck up.
There's a difference between making a shitty game, like actually making the game and releasing it shitty, and just saying you're making a shitty game and then never coming out with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
can't believe we played with fire and we got burnt.
Oh,
That
so
being said, though, I do not promote sending death threats. Please do not do that.
yeah, so something that we discovered was that the and maybe you know this, maybe you don't. Fallout 76, my man, apparently is still going hot and heavy with like new DLC and stuff. In fact, it's free. It was free apparently almost all October, and it ends on the 25th. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I might have to pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he's joking.
Me too. We're gonna hear like his console breaks. It actually catches fire.
Like his fucking last computer.
Hey, that's... Don't talk about my last computer like that.
I'm sorry.
So I heard that your last computer actually caught fire. Did it actually catch fire, or did it just overheat?
It actually caught fire.
What did you do?
Okay, so I dust my computer regularly like a good boy. But I think what happened was I wasn't dusting the power supply correctly. So one day I turned on my computer and for whatever reason it sparked and it caught the power supply on fire.
Oh. I want to
What-
know, how did you handle that situation?
I was sitting in my room and I turned on my computer and all my lights went out. And I was like, that's weird. So I reset my breaker downstairs and I come up and I was like, something smells like it's burning. So I turned back on my computer and it burst into flames. And I was like, oh, that's really bad. So
I love the sound effect you have for that. Can you do it again for me?
no, I cannot. All my sound effects are made in moment. I don't even hear them.
It was definitely a...
It's like,
Anyway, so I unplugged my computer, which didn't help, and I picked it up and I threw it, and that did it.
You threw out what?
that fixed the problem.
What
problem.
story did you throw it from?
I didn't throw it out the window. I threw it on the ground.
Into your house?
Yeah.
Let me get this
That was kind of
flaming ball of plastic and just put it on my bed real quick.
yeah.
Put it on the floor.
I wish throw it on the insulation in my house, the forbidden cotton candy.
Did you
Bro.
have the fire extinguisher?
I don't know what the fucking fire extinguisher
So,
is.
as a
Okay,
fireman,
so-
Member of society?
as a firefighter, I can tell you did your first step right. You unplugged it from the electrical source. Everything after that went to shit.
This all proves. This is all the more reason to the theory that we think that Cap is autistic.
Whatever.
Fuck up. Stop telling people that.
I will create a cult of. I'm going to create the cult of Cap and say he is our one true lord, but he is autistic.
Jesus Christ.
I actually have a photo of the laptop, or not the laptop, of my desktop after it got on fire.
It's pretty funny.
That's
Let me see if I
awesome.
can find it.
Let's see it.
I need that in my life right now too.
Let me take a look. I'm gonna have to really search through some old photos.
Speaking of catching fire, it is almost Christmas time, and I don't know, Zach, have you kept up the tradition of lighting yourself on fire?
Oh my god, I forgot about this story, and you're going to make me tell it? Alright, okay.
Well, I've been on fire before too.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
So, I'm going to tell the story about our thing, right? Because this was just... I created a new dance move from this, okay? So, it was myself, Drake, Caitlin, Autumn, Trotter, and Courtney. We were at my house when I lived with my dad, and we were like, oh, it's getting kind of into the Christmas time, it's getting cold, let's have a bonfire. So we go out there and we light our burn pile up, flames going up real nice, but we're like, man, like, this is burning pretty quick, or it's burning pretty slowly, and the fire's not actually big. We kind of want to have a big fire. Let's go get the gas can out of the shop and use it as accelerant for the fire.
Hang on 1 second. Whose idea was that?
Let's not talk about whose idea.
Yeah. Okay. As long as that's clear for the audience.
So I go and get the gas can, And Drake is like instructing me like the best way to do this. It's like you should pour a little bit, but then immediately pull back to kind of cut off the stream, and so you don't have to worry about it traveling upstream and catching the gasoline in the can on fire. So I'm like, got it. So I'm like, bloop, I do the first little bit, and then bloop, I do the little second bit, and then I go for the third one. And I guess my stupid ass just wasn't quick enough about it, and it just immediately caught fire and traveled up the stream and into the gas can. And I drop the can, and gas goes all over my pants leg, and my pants leg just catches immediately. So I immediately just start full-on hands on my legs, patting out and hopping around my leg. And then the gas can is still on fire on the interior of it with the gas, it's still burning. So I'm like, shit, what do I do? So I immediately just cover my hand in like a cloth and just slap it onto the cap I take the cap off and then slap it onto the exit and just suffocate the fire on the inside of it. But the damage was already done. The can was pretty melted. It didn't leak everywhere, but it melted a little bit. And so I'm like, fuck. So I go and put the gas can back and just don't tell my dad. And so my dad goes like a week later to go get the gas can, and he's like, so you want to tell me why the gas can is melted? And I was like, He's like, you owe me a new gas can, and I'm like, okay.
So let me tell you what it was like from our point of view. So Zach had all that. He was putting it in, and he did the first two, and then him and I and Trotter, we were walking around and we were talking, and I can't remember, did Trotter ask Autumn out at this time, or was it still...
They were dating by this point.
They were?
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't remember, because I remember we were talking, and... Okay, Autumn was there then.
Yes.
So it was the whole crew. Sure. It was the entire crew then.
Yeah.
Okay, so the girls were over in a corner then, because I couldn't remember if it was Caitlin, Autumn, and Courtney. They were all over, and we were all in one place talking and walking around the fire.
They were just watching us be idiots.
Pretty much. And then we're just talking, and I'm talking to Zach, and then Zach is talking with me, and I guess he just got distracted, and when he went to go throw it in, he pulled the can back, and he literally drug a trail of gas on the ground, and it just followed up to him on the ground, and it went straight into the... It went straight into the fucking barrel, or the can that he had in his hand. And the first reaction we all had was just to back the fuck away from him for a second to see what was going to happen. And then his leg caught fire. So we're like, oh shit! And then we all just like bum rush Zach and start trying to help him. But he's just running around slapping his leg so we can't catch him. So... And then we look at the can and we're like, fuck, the can or Zach? The can or Zach? Well, we'll go into Zach. So when Zach got put out, he went over and, like he said, he pretty much barehanded almost just slapped the front of that thing until the fire went out. But
it was great.
It was pretty good. It was a great night. In fact, Zach wanted to continue the tradition, and if it wasn't for the brilliance of all of us talking him out of it, who knows? We might not have the Zach as we know him today.
I have a history with fire, dude, because I've also got that story with the dumpster fire in Savannah, and that just...
Yeah, we can get to that one in just a second.
Later, yeah.
Caleb has a story where he lit himself on fire. And Lane...
Well, I didn't light myself on fire. One of my friends lit me on fire.
Oh my god.
That's even better.
So
Burning love.
It was the second year of high school. We all were up mischievously in the bathroom. And one of my emo friends, his name was Gabriel, he had something to smoke on. So we were this was obviously the time when vaping was popular in high school. Now it's not.
What?
But
yes, it is.
We go up there for a vape sesh, and he has a hairspray can, and he has a lighter, obviously. Yeah. You can see where this is going. So there's like 6 people in the bathroom with us, and he just starts playing around with it, and one of the he starts to just light me up. He lit my entire sweatshirt on fire.
Jesus!
And it took all 6 people in the bathroom, including me, patting down and trying to smother the fire, and it completely ruined my my sweatshirt.
Why do you do that?
I asked him why he did that, and he said, "I don't know."
What did your mom say when she saw your shirt?
She didn't say anything because I just threw it in the trash.
Hold on.
You gotta dispose of the evidence.
Caleb, I'm getting this reoccurring theory that you don't tell your parents much about what happens in your life.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you're right.
There was an incident that you were involved with before, and you're like, I was like, how did your mom feel about that? And you're like, oh, I didn't tell her.
What she doesn't know won't hurt her.
I'll shout Gabriel out since he recently died.
Oh, here, sorry to hear that.
Whoa.
He did recently die from a drug overdose.
Oh, at least it wasn't he caught himself on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a way to
By the
go.
way, I posted the computer.
Oh, I gotta look at that. Elaine, you, my man. Fire, and you have any good stories?
I don't know if I really have any good stories about fire. Well, technically there was one that was fire involved, actually, and I don't care about the details of the story. It doesn't matter to me. All right, so me and two of my friends in high school, right? I would hang out with the two of them at one of the friends' pool house, and me and these two guys, we would hang out in this pool house every Friday, eat pizza, do some video games and illegal activities, right?
Sure.
Water and other legal substances.
Yeah, it was legal substance. And so occasionally we would host parties there where we would have a whole bunch of people come to the pool house. And it was hosted by me and my two friends. We would have people come from all over the place. It was crazy. We've had drug dealers there. We had a dude straight out of prison one time.
Jesus
He was
Christ.
really chill. We played beer pong with him. He was actually a really cool guy.
I mean, he
So-
killed and raped like 5 people, but it's cool. He was a great guy.
Yeah, no, totally fine. It's cool. But I have a lot of party stories that maybe I'll get through someday. But
Very fun.
one of such stories, right, is the bathroom on the second story of the pool house was reserved for water and other legal substances. And the drinking was typically done everywhere else, such as down by the pool, on the deck, or just inside, wherever.
Yeah.
So, of course, there would be drinking and then water and other legal substances. And so we were in the bathroom, and we had this bong for tobacco,
Yeah. A hookah.
Tobacco, yeah. So we had this bong. Me and my two friends, a little bit of backstory, we would go out with like a hacksaw, and his family owned a wire dye shop that was a walk away. All we had to do was walk there. We would usually ride there, but it was super close. So we would cut down bamboo, and we would make smoking apparatuses out of them. We made many of them using sanders and drills and various tools. So one of them we named Captain Fitzgerald. It was huge, literally like a couple feet tall. It was big. That's irrelevant. We had one that was really small,
Okay.
and it required 2 people to use because of how small it was. It was kind of awkward. So I'm sitting there in the bathroom, and my friend, his name is Vinny, right? But he doesn't care. I know he's fine. My friend Vinny, he was like, all right, I'll light it for you, and you just do the rest. And I was like, okay. So I'm sitting there, it's to my mouth, I'm ready. He lights it, and I'm inhaling, but I'm like, nothing's happening. And then I smell, and I'm like, hold on, that's not a legal substance burning. And turns out he burnt my eyebrow. And so I look up, and he's like, oh shit, dude, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I think I'm fine.
How do I look?
That's pretty much the extent of it. I got my eyebrow burned off while doing legal substances in a bathroom at a party.
The entire eyebrow?
No, just like a little bit of it. It wasn't super noticeable, but he could still burn my eyebrow with a lighter. It was pretty funny.
You should
honestly.
have just finished it off and told him, well, you might as well go ahead and get the other side.
Yeah, go ahead. Even her up.
Yeah. So Halloween's around the corner, guys, and I can see that Caleb's in the mood. He's got the scream thing going on. I like that. But
Absolutely love Ghostface.
y'all got any good Halloween stories by chance that we could probably wrap up with?
No Halloween stories from me.
I don't remember if I have really any Halloween stories.
You just don't remember your Halloweens. The new Hallows Eve.
Most of my Halloweens are spent on World of Warcraft, grinding away, trying to get the Headless Horseman's mount. I mean, there were a couple of Halloweens.
Mhm.
I went one time as Scarecrow from the Arkham Knight series.
I remember when you were making
to
that.
the
You were
party.
still
Yeah.
living with us, I think, and you were in the process of like getting it a little bit at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. That thing looked badass. I love the fingers.
And then this year I'm obviously doing a Sith with my lightsaber, and my whole get up. But I don't really have very many interesting Halloween stories, unless, see, I don't even remember when that was. God. I mean, there was the time I did. I don't think this. I think this might have been close to Halloween, but there was the time I got drunk and I kissed Trotter on the cheek. I was like, "I love you, bro."
Yeah, which cheek are we talking? Up there near the head or a little bit lower?
You know which cheek.
Yeah, I thought as much. Okay.
No, it was the kid. I think it was his left cheek, because I wrapped my arm like around his shoulder, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna kiss this man because this man is great.
Zach, Wayne, you guys are forgetting last year's Halloween story.
Obviously, we haven't.
Yeah.
Hold on. Cap hasn't forgotten.
Wait, what happened last year?
What do you mean? What happened last year?
Tell us what happened last year, Cap.
I want to know.
Last year, we went on a Halloween vacation.
Oh, I thought that was November.
No, it was in October.
Lane's like
And we-
in denial. This must have been traumatizing. What happened?
We're in the middle of the same week that we went up to Pennsylvania.
When?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
last
the
year.
meatloaf.
Yes.
Meatloaf.
When
The
the
floor loaf.
trifling individuals.
Yeah, so we went up to see my then girlfriend. We've been dating over the internet for probably about a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like very, very excited to have sex for the first time.
Okay.
Didn't happen, first of all. Just laying that out there right now.
Keep it, man. Keep it. Make it special.
Anyway, so we all packed into my 2-door Jeep. All of our shit in one seat. Lane crammed into the front right seat, and then Zach and me switched seats as we drove up there. We drove 26 hours straight. None of us got any sleep except for Zach and maybe Lane.
No,
A little bit.
the incline of my seat, there's no way I could have gotten relaxed in any capacity. I was awake quite literally the entire time.
Yeah, he was awake the whole time.
I can believe that Zach
Right.
did, though. I can totally see that.
Lane was sitting at a 45-degree angle practically. So I had
Mhm.
drinking probably about 7 or 8 monsters in a 28-hour period. I couldn't get to sleep either, even though I tried to sort of get comfortable as I could in the back.
Mhm.
Didn't work out. Anyway, we made it up there. I met my girlfriend in person, and then we we went to a campsite. It was on this little farm. The farm was actually quite nice. We did it through what was the name of that app? A really popular one.
Airbnb?
We Airbnb'd a campsite.
Okay.
It rained the whole time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so the thing I want to interject here, you guys had the A-frame. You and the trifling individual had the A-frame, which was
Yeah.
a very small thing, like that 2 people could sleep in. So you guys took that, but I brought my tent with us for me and Lane to sleep in. And when it rained, the condensation of the air around us, because it was cold, but it condensed to such a point that it started leaking into our tent, and like half of the tent was just covered with water.
I did not know that.
Country boys make do.
We do.
I'm so glad I did not go with you guys.
You would have fit in that tent too. That tent can viably fit 5 people.
Oh yeah, you could have fit in the tent.
You just had to
could have
lay it-
snuggled up next to me.
I would have taken it already. I would have.
So, back on track here. We Everything was wet. We tried to start a fire. We bought the wrong type of fuel for the fire.
Accelerant.
Yeah. So we couldn't, and we were suffering with that. Well, the first 2 days were actually not bad, despite everything. We did a little bit of drinking. We invited over our friend Frost, who took one look at our fire and instantaneously started it, like the fucking mountain boy he is.
He literally looked at it and said fire, and it just started.
Practically. So we finally had a fire going.
Okay.
There were a little bit of drunken shenanigans, but nothing too crazy. Because I was like, I'm not gonna, rush it or anything. And then on the second day, in the morning, I go to put my arm around my girlfriend, and she jerks away from me and goes, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." She must be be in a bad mood.
Not a
And I
morning
was like,
person.
"No." I was like, "Oh no, nothing. I was like, okay." And she continued to act like that for the rest of the trip, and it got really bad once we went to the Renaissance Fair. It was horrendous there.
Jesus.
So I want to tell that part of the story, right? Because this part just makes less than 0 sense. So so the whole point of us coming up here was for Kat to come up here and get a crumb of coochie, as well as we were going to go to the Renaissance Fair, because I've never been to one. I don't think Lane's ever been to one either. And we're like, so she was telling us, like, the one here in Pennsylvania is pretty big, it's pretty popular, blah, blah, blah. The Renaissance Fair, amazing. Absolutely amazing. It was such a wonderful experience being at the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
But as the evening went on, this individual seemed to become more and more irritated. They're like, "Oh, we've got to go see all this different stuff." And we're like, "We're taking our time because we've never been to one." Well, this person has been to it several times, right? So we're like, we're trying, obviously we want to see everything, but like, we're taking it slow because we've never been to one. We've never ever been to one. So we watched a couple of different acts. We watched a mud pit rendition of Macbeth. Yes,
That was pretty good.
Hilarious. We watched. I don't remember their names, but I've got pictures of us with them. Where they did Miguel and I can't remember the other guy's name, and I hate that I don't remember his name. Either way, they essentially were. It wasn't necessarily stand-up comedy. It might as well have been, but they had props and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was very funny, very very funny. And I'm not going to say what the ending is, because obviously this act needs to just be seen. But they were really funny. We watched a couple of musicians play, which was really really cool. The food, absolutely astounding, as well as drinks. Had me for the first
warm
time.
apple cider.
That warm apple cider was bussin'.
Which one was the vinegar-based one?
I don't remember.
It was like a hot something.
Oh, that was the warm apple cider.
No, the hot malt.
Oh, the hot malt, yeah.
Hot garbage.
Either way, we're having a great time. Great, fantastic time. But it comes to the end, and like, where we're looking at all these like weapon shops where they're selling weapons, or they're selling replicas of weapons, which one shop in particular had replica weapons from World of Warcraft. They had Ashbringer, Frostmourne, and the Blades of Azeroth. And I was like, I can't buy these right now, but I want to get pictures with them. Is that okay? And they're like, yeah, sure. So we're taking our time exchanging the weapons and getting pictures with them. And the person we're with is like, the ending event is about to start, and it's a joust. And they're like, we've got to get to it, and blah blah blah. And we're like, well, I kind of want to take pictures because we've been taking pictures all day. They get fed up and leave us. Right?
Captain?
They leave us and go to this event. Me and Lane are lagging behind a little bit, and we finally catch up. We can't find them in this crowd, but we're watching the joust happen. We're watching the event happen.
Yeah, me and Zach are eating food.
We're eating food and fries,
chicken
stuff like
fingers.
that. Mm-hmm.
And I must say, the joust, the least interesting event.
It didn't seem all that great. Either way, And the joust ends, everybody's starting to leave, and we're like trying to look for them and can't find them. And so we're trying to call them up, can't call them up, the service is not the greatest out there. So we just start walking around looking for them. Well, me and Lane, on our way out, kind of start stopping by a couple of shops. They're like, yeah, we're still open, but only for a little while. If you want to come in and look, I got a couple business cards for people who ship out of state. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So we finally meet up with them, and this person is just... I'm so baffled by it because they are utterly pissed off at me and Lane.
Who is?
The trifling individual,
Okay.
whose name I will not say. But they
Cap
were
wasn't
utterly
Cap
pissed
wasn't
off.
mad?
No.
Okay.
Cap wasn't mad at us,
Yeah,
but because he understood the reason, like, we wanted pictures and we were taking our time. Because, I don't know, Cap, have you ever been to a Ren Fair before?
I have.
So he kind of understood. He was just like, they're trying to see what there is to see and this, that, and the other. But this other person, being his girlfriend at the time, just was utterly pissed off at us for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And she just started yelling at us for just being like, you guys didn't do what I say, and you fucking blah, blah, blah. Just
Did she have
essentially berating
Did
us.
she have some kind of leader mentality, like y'all were there for her, so y'all needed to stay around with her or some shit?
Maybe. Because we'll get into that a little later, because I want Lane to tell that part of the story. But she just starts yelling at us for no reason, and I get pissed off at her, and I put her in her fucking place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you're not going to fucking talk to me like that, because this is the first time I've been to a rent fair that you've been to several times, and then get mad because you didn't get to see everything when you've been here several times.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not going to talk to me like that, like I'm below you or beneath you.
Yeah.
And then she shut up.
Wait, which part of the story did you want me to tell?
I'll get to that. So we all pack up. Because they rode in a separate car from us.
Mm-hmm.
So they pack up and they go. We pack up and we go. We get back to, because we're staying at her house at this point.
Uh-huh.
This was after we stayed at the Airbnb, and this was the last half of the week we were staying at her house.
Yeah.
She just doesn't talk to me anymore, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. But then things start to evolve. So Lane, if you would like to take it away from here.
So, we get back, and I don't remember if it was that night or a previous night or whatever, but we were playing D&D, right?
Mm-hmm.
At her house.
Running my horror game.
Yeah. And she just so happens to be sitting next to me. And so, I've been nothing but friendly to her this whole time, because previously, right?
Yeah.
When I talked to her on Discord, I just did not like her. She's a contrarian. I just don't like her.
Yeah,
I
conflicting.
especially don't like her because of the way that I saw that she treated her cat when we were there. That bothered me.
Yeah,
I was absolutely traumatized by her.
Yeah, she always whines that her cat attacks her, and I don't understand why my cat doesn't like me. And like over the phone, I was like, yeah, I don't understand Craig either. And once I saw it in person, I was like, oh,
that's why.
She fucking molesting her cat? Like what? What?
Yeah.
So here, I'll give you a quick example. One night, I decided to stay in her room.
Mm-hmm.
This was near the end. She wouldn't let me onto her bed, so I had to sleep on the floor. But she went looking for her cat. I saw her cat hiding in the corner after she had picked up her cat from somewhere else and put it in her room, and the cat went and hid under the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, the cat's probably a little scared of me because I'm new and I haven't been interacting with it too much because it's been hiding. And she went on a crusade looking for it everywhere she could. And eventually I was like, all right, yeah, cat's under the table. And she takes it and she yanks it out from under the table and forcibly cuddles with it as it's scratching and whining and trying to get out of her grasp. The cat's clearly does not like her, and she doesn't understand that. Yeah. So she will just manhandle it, which is the most infuriating part of that is we were once watching a video of this dude who was he was a veterinarian, and he wrapped the cat up in a towel. He was sort of squish massaging it, and she was like, that man shouldn't be allowed to deal with cats. I said, what do you mean? She was like, you're not supposed to do that with cats at all. That could seriously hurt them.
It does.
No.
What?
No.
It does not.
This man is a veterinarian. He knows what he's doing. She's like, no, he clearly doesn't.
You're literally because I've done it before. Sometimes you have to swaddle a cat like that in order to give them medicine or in order to treat them for something. I've done it several times with our cats, and they don't like it. But in order to keep them from clawing your fucking eyes out, you kind of have to do it.
Yeah, cats are cats are the breed where they'll show you affection via you ignoring them. The further you stay away from them, they'll come to you whenever they won't care. That's how cats are.
Little Cap only wants attention from me while I'm pooping. Like, she will literally come in there and she will just want the utmost attention and love while I'm just on the toilet. Anyways, continue, Lane.
1/3 of your life pooping.
Yeah. So things started to get a bit strange, right? She became increasingly friendly towards me, right?
Okay.
And I thought nothing of it. I was like, maybe we're friends now. Maybe that's just the way it is. I thought nothing of it.
Yeah, right.
I was just being I was just being myself. Wasn't trying to, pick up a girl that I had no interest in from my feller Cap. It wasn't how it was.
Mm-hmm.
So things just got weird. She was distant from Cap, but closer to me. It was just strange. And so if we were to, take a little jump cut here to after the trip, apparently she told somebody, and that person, told you?
Yeah, she told me directly.
Yeah, told Zach here that she had feelings for me while we were on the trip.
You mean all couple of days?
Pretty much as soon as she probably got to know me.
Jesus, man.
Now,
it
gets even better than that, because now that we know that context, she confided in me. She was like, hey, I need you to keep this a secret. I know I can trust you with the secret, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, like, you yelled at me and then I put you in your place. Like, why would you confide in me? But I was like, okay, I'll go with it. And she was like, I kind of caught feelings for Lane while he was down here, and I've kind of been growing distant from Cap because it just wasn't what I thought it was. And I'm like, okay, so what am I going to do here? Am I going to be a bro and I'm going to inform my bros about this travesty? Or am I just going to be a whore and not tell anybody? Yeah. Obviously, I was the bro. And I first told Lane, I was like, Lane, I need you to know this beforehand, because me and you and Cap are going to talk about this. I was like, she has caught feelings for you, which explains why she was being closer to you and distant from Cap and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And so then me, Lane, and Cap get into a call and we talk about it. Cap is not upset at Lane in the least, because Lane wasn't doing anything about it. Like, he wasn't trying to steal her away. She just was being more interested in him than Cap. And so we're all broing it out, and we're like, okay, this isn't our fault. This is on her.
You had a complete bro down.
Cap confronts her about it, and she lies, bold-faced lies, and tells Cap that is not true. And it, essentially, like I said, just bold-faced lies about the entire thing. And Cap, if you want to finish off the story with what she was telling you.
So the first thing he did was I tried to be subtle about it. I was like, hey, that trip didn't go as well as I was hoping. And I noticed that, like, you were pretty distant from me and you were talking to Lane a lot. Anything special about that you wanted to tell me? And she was like, no, nothing. Oh, good Lord, just dropped my phone in his face. And I was like, okay. Like, are you sure? Like, you didn't... Like, because, like, if it was pretty bad. And she was like, no, if there was something, I would have told you. And I was like, okay. Then I waited a few days, and then I came back, and I was like, somebody mentioned this to me. And she was like, that would never happen. I would never do that. And I said, okay. I waited a few more days, and I was like, hey, listen, I know about this. And she was like, I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. I was like, all right, well, I'm done then. You won't talk to me about this.
She wouldn't even
talk
to you.
Despite all of that, like, it was even in spite of all that, like, after he mentioned it to her, she just didn't talk to Cap at all.
Ever.
What?
I had not once said hi to her since that day. She's still on my server, and every time we do a server purge, I think about it. She's in it.
But
Be unbiased. Yeah.
It definitely like us as the three amigos had a fantastic time.
Oh,
Yeah, us as a group. Oh, we had the best sushi of our life. Or at least I did.
In Virginia, yes. Oh, in
Washington.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
no,
in
we had just come. Wait, I thought we had just come out of Washington and we hit Virginia.
We had just hit Virginia, but then we drove back to Washington for the sushi.
That's right. Okay, so it was on the very edge.
Yeah.
It was so good. Those spider rolls, dude. Oh, but yeah.
The crab rolls were banging.
The crab rolls. That's what I was thinking of. But I'm glad we actually drove. Like, we were thinking about all just flying there. I was like, I really want to get on a plane. Can we please just drive?
Driving
And
is so much better.
It is.
Although it was like very crowded and it was uncomfortable,
Long.
it was so worth it. Driving
Absolutely.
was so worth it.
Every time. So, remember, I used to have to go to Texas, San Antonio every summer.
Mm-hmm.
I preferred whenever we drove as opposed to flown because you see more, you do more, you're out, and you see the world. You see half the damn, the country driving that far.
I was speaking of, are we saving the floor loaf story for later? Because the floor loaf is involved in the drive.
We are saving the floor loaf. We're
Okay,
saving the floor loaf for a special day.
Absolutely. So, but we will save that for later then.
I
But
do want to mention one last thing about the trip on my end. This trip made me, quote-unquote, allergic to monsters. Every time I drink a monster now, I get a massive nosebleed. Every single time.
oh Lord.
That's not good.
It's probably something very bad, but...
So, do you know the functionality of caffeine and your body? So,
yeah,
I can...
mostly.
do you know how it affects your blood vessels?
No.
So, what caffeine does is it restricts the blood flow in your blood vessels. In other words, your blood vessels actually tighten up. That's how come whenever you get a caffeine withdrawal, you get insane headaches because your blood vessels are opening back up and a sudden rush of blood to your brain causes you to have headaches and inflammation. So it could be something similar. Yeah, it could be something similar to that, and the constriction of your blood vessels causing the nosebleed.
I do want to say, outside of the topic of caffeine and back on the trip, I think, and we hadn't really said it much, but I think between me, because me and Lane are already pretty close, but between Cap coming up and us just driving, we figured out how close we actually are with each other.
Hey man, 3 ways do that.
I will, yeah, obviously, but if it would have flown, it would have just been a bunch of friends meeting up. But driving the whole way and just sharing music and stories and just hanging out with each other in just close proximity really showed how close we are.
Yep.
And what brought us together was D&D.
People of like mind, man. That's the thing.
It showed up in my house.
And then, on the way back, we were like, hey, Caleb's house is kind of on the way. Let's text him and see if we can stop by. And we showed up early that morning, and we meet Caleb in person, and we all go and we get fucking Chick-fil-A and eat in the parking lot of just some rando strip mall.
In
and
Dublin?
we're just sitting there, and it's just, it's really amazing to say that, this road trip really, showed, how close we are as friends.
Yeah.
I think another thing is that it shows how close we are as friends, but it also shows that it's kind of the same thing as where if you're in a relationship, right? You don't really know how well you work together until you live together. I feel like this is a lesser part of that. We were together in close proximity for so long and dealt with each other so well that we could probably live together and be in perfect harmony, pretty much.
I would love for us to live together. In all honesty.
Here goes.
Dude, when I hit the lottery and when I because this is something serious I want to do. Whenever because I'm obviously in my field, there's a lot of potential money to be made.
Yeah.
When I can get to that point where I'm travel sleep tech and full on just making the big bucks, I really want to get us a big gaming house that we can all just live in.
Boys.
Bro, a D&D gamer house would be amazing.
I'd absolutely move into that.
Where'd you put it at? Would it be
I would
on?
probably try and centralize it between all of us.
That'd be kind of cool. And we could all like stop by whenever we're in the area, or like on
Either
weekends.
like, well, because Drake, I know you've got your own house.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
we got a
obviously,
lot of plotters.
and like you've got a fucking wife and everything, so you've got a life. But
Pop the chicken
I would definitely make it to where like anybody can come over and stay for however long they want to do. We've got games, we can play D&D, we can play on our computers, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind like between all of us like living together. And I would love for like Adam to come over and
Let me tell you, it'd be a badass idea if like we each had our own room, and then we had a guest room, so that way we could have like Adam or somebody else. But that way, like we could also keep our own shit there, and we know it'd be safe. And whenever we come down, we can go get it or whatever.
go get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that, man. But hey, guys, we've been rolling now for a hot minute.
About 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be it. Caleb, thanks for just stopping in for a little bit, man. Hopefully next time, if you jump in a little early, we can hit you with some hot questions. Cat, man, also the same dude. Welcome back.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll wake up in time.
It's all good, dude. Well, it's been fun, guys, and I guess that's gonna be it, guys. So
Alrighty.
we're out.
See you guys later.
Starting
Yara.
to whisper, message from a new world.
Give it a second. Let me check. Yep, she be rolling.
Something about it
We're no longer live.
Yeah, we're no longer live.
in my whole life.
Alright.
I'm gonna go hit the head real quick.
You hope what?
I haven't been injured too much.
No.
Because, like, I originally joined, and, like, I thought you weren't doing it because Cap didn't show up. So, I was completely caught off guard when you said, welcome to the podcast. I was like, oh shit, I gotta commit now.
Drake, I'm gonna send you the link to my thing, to my version of the podcast, so that way you can do what you need to do for it. But I've got to go pee and cool.
Oh, some love from Cat while you're I didn't hear about the cat story.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, there's a couple incidents with the cats.
Alright, so Zach, did you already leave? I was in the bathroom. Did Zach already bounce?
He went to the bathroom too.
Damn it, I'm probably not gonna be able to use. So the first half, Lane.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, the first half we're not gonna be able to use. There's no way for us to sync it up. Think about it. We don't have any photos.
I just download the audio from my stream.
Yeah,
And
we won't be able to. Yeah, we won't be able to sync it up.
What are you gonna sync it with? There's no video.
Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. It won't be able to be synced. There's nothing to go with. So it would just be like.
Well, no, all you have to do is take the audio from Zach's.
Yeah, it's just the end.
No, like I heard Cap.
Alright, I'll be right back.
You heard
Yeah.
what?
You said the N-word.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry.